Desiree and John. Hi, John.
How you doing?
I'm good. Hi, Desiree.
Hi, Alexander.
Okay, good to have you guys on the show. Thank you so much
Likewise.
for
having
having
us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Well, you guys are the wizards of websites, in my opinion, and we're going to give you that moniker. Here it is. Yes. The wizards of websites, because you guys have done all the top agent websites. And I think what people want to know is what makes them work? What should we do in 2020? What should we get rid of? And just dive right in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. First of all, first question, brand trends. What kind of trends are you guys seeing in 2020 for people who want to give a fresh new look to their brands?
You know, it goes across websites and everything else. So we see more and more people making sure their brand's cohesive across every marketing platform, because you have so many now. It's not just print like back in the day. You've got social media, you've got listing presentations, websites, etc. When it comes to websites, more and more video on websites, striking imagery.
Motion.
Yeah, motion creates emotion. That's kind of go by. That's what draws people in. And
Wait, what did you just say? Motion creates emotion?
It does. Yeah.
I think that's so interesting, because a lot of your websites that you do, ours included, that you're revamping, thank God, is it has a lot of that motion. Let's go ahead and take a look at the website that won Best Website 2019, a little company called the Oppenheim Group.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Tell us, oh, look at that motion. So tell us what works about this website where it won Best Website of 2019.
It was really just encompassing their brand, because obviously with selling Sunset the show, you have a lot of personality, a lot of different aspects to it, and we really wanted to try and convey their style, their personality, and sort of the brand's personality. Knowing them so well, kind of wanted to really convey that and capture that on the site. And it was, it's just, if you look at it, I think what won it was there's so many different aspects to the site, but as you go down, it really tells a story.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of cool interactive features, because you really only have a few seconds to capture someone's attention on a site. So it's got to be really quick and concise. And I think right now, I think you guys have the mobile version of, which is awesome too. And it's one of those things where it really, yeah, there you go.
I think it's true. It's true what you say, because storytelling is so important, and the simplicity of this website is why I think it won Best Website. It shows you their properties, and then as you continue to scroll, you meet Jason, but not before you know that they have a television series.
Right.
But you meet Jason, you read a quick bio, and then it keeps folding into the different properties they do, everything. And
really tying in their colors, their fonts, different, there's so many cool aspects to what they do from a brand perspective already, that it was kind of a dream to work on those, because when you get that, you already have a lot of great sort of ideas and brand and style guides to work with. So that one's cool too. Even on their team, if you mouse over their team members, colors change, and it kind of tells a bit about the agent.
It's so dynamic what you guys do. It's so dynamic, and we're honored to be able to work with you guys. So let's go back. We'll keep showing more websites, but let's go back to the questions. Design don'ts. What are some design don'ts that everyone should avoid when redoing their website?
It's organizing a site. Like, less is more. Don't clutter your website. Don't clutter. Be that text, too many images, leave enough white space, leave enough, sort of make it so it tells a story. But if everything's too jumbled, people have, especially us anyway, in this generation, you have kind of ADD, where if it's too much, it overwhelms you. You're going to bounce. And
everything should have a purpose. Every page, every screen should have its own purpose. Instead of trying to put too many things into one, then it's hard to focus your attention, and you kind of lose people.
Yeah.
The sites that you guys do are very simple and direct, and very like the Apple of agent websites, which is why we came to you guys to do ours. And ours is very dark. It's like all black. But you really brightened it up with what you said, motion. So what's next? What's coming for websites?
Yeah, it's even for websites and technology. What I see now in the industry, and obviously doing the panels and doing stuff, I would always get asked. Sometimes the agent feels like technology is sort of consumers are bypassing them to go to Zillow or to go to wherever. What I see happening next is actually the opposite. I see the agent taking control of technology, because I actually believe where this is headed, especially COVID just fast forwarded what was happening. But the agent, where I see it happening, and obviously we're kind of building a cool tool that comes out later this year that's a pretty crazy platform, but what we see happening is the agent's brand being front and center, the agent being that much more integral to the transaction, much more than ever before. And there's so many ways to leverage technology, good technology, and actually utilize it to make the agent's lives more efficient, the consumer, the client's lives more efficient. If you could show a client 3 houses instead of driving around and showing 15, and technology could help you do that.
So you were talking about this. It's like a listing presentation platform that you're going to roll out. There was a teaser article about it in Business Insider and The Real Deal. And I think our producers have an image of that. And when I say producers, I mean me queuing up the photo. Here we go. This is Frederick. You're going to roll this out with Eklund & Gomes first.
Yes, correct. Yeah, we had this idea for years, actually. And Julie and I were talking about working on their newsletters, a lot of the other stuff. It was in passing the conversation. I was like, hey, we have an idea that is long overdue in this industry where we could create a listing presentation tool that's actually branded so well to the agent, to the property, et cetera, that it finally gives both a seller's agent and a buyer's agent a really insane tool to work with that's branded to them, that's backed by obviously the broker's brand, things like that, but it really puts the agent's brand front and center, and it makes properties look like $1 million. Like if you look at Zillow and everything out there, they provide content and information on properties from the MLS, et cetera, but they're not sexy. And we wanted to build something that was sexy, that was actually really leverage our design skills, our ability to brand, and take that. And I think every agent in the world can use it. I've kind of said this is sort of a worldwide thing, because there's no reason, if you can present this via iPad, via email, you can do a print version of it.
It's super easy to use on the front end and the back end.
Yeah.
Oh, you're making the agents salivate out there, but this will be available to agents come fall. Right now it's in beta testing with Eklund & Gomes.
We're in beta with Eklund & Gomes. We're producing them, and come fall this year, our goal is to get out to everybody at a super simple price point and everything, where our goal is for everybody to adopt it. Because I think it's that powerful from a branding standpoint. It's crazy what it can do compared to what's out there.
Wow, well, that was just a sneak peek, you guys. There's more to come on this listing presentation. I'm going to hop off that just for your eyes only. Agent Image is who we're talking to. We've got John and Desiree from the company. Desiree is the VP of Operations, John, a co-founder. Let's go back to our viewer questions. How do we cast a spell when we are creating a website? It is your storefront to the world, especially now more than ever. It's so important to have a website. I know you guys are inundated with requests in 2020 because people are sitting at home for COVID and they're like, what should I do? I know, I'll redo my website. Yeah. So how do we cast a spell? How do we get people to stay on the page?
I'd say it's first and foremost 2 things. I think one is you are a storyteller. Kind of going with your cast the spell thing. You are a storyteller to whoever's coming to that website. So how do you engage them from the get-go? How do you keep their attention? How do you draw them in? Making sure every page of your site's curated to either have call to actions where you need them or tell the story you want to tell, but get video on your website. Because right now, people are sitting at home. You're at home, I'm at home. We're all working, remotely, rarely in the office. Everybody's glued to their screens. How they're meeting people now, how they're meeting you, how they're looking at anybody is on their website, on their social media. So make sure your social media is, authentic, and it's you, and it's not manufactured, and it conveys who you are. So when the client meets you or anybody meets you, it matches up. A lot of people think, putting stuff out there that people want to see, but no, just be yourself. Put stuff out there, keep it professional. Website, put as much video on there as you can of yourself, so people can
put as much video on there of yourself.
Of yourself, as much as you can put things on, whether it's talking about, that's the thing we're learning now is you can't be camera shy, and I'm the worst at this because I couldn't stand cameras prior to all this.
You guys are fine. We're in our living rooms. This is great.
And it's funny, but it's like now, if you look at it, that's what's happening is if somebody can connect to you, they're connecting to you virtually, right? So if you can have video or you're talking about a neighborhood or even whatever that is, same with social media, et cetera, that's the stuff that's going to draw people in and let them connect with you without ever meeting you. And again, this was already happening. It just became so much more important, during this pandemic and everything else going on. So that's probably the most important thing I tell people is really let them connect to you.
Letting them connect to you. Desiree, same question for you. How do you think it is the #1 way to cast a site spell when people come to your website?
I think honestly, the first thing is the design and beauty of it. It has to be beautiful. It has to get their attention within the first half a second, because everyone's attention span is very, very short. And so you got to draw them in. And then from there on, it's about functionality, keeping it nice and clean, easy to use, because you want them to maneuver around. It's just like you said, the storefront idea. You need the front of the store to look nice, the inside of the store to look nice. You want to clear out the way so they can walk right in and peruse around.
Exactly.
Same concept.
How many websites do you guys do a month?
Oh gosh.
We
last
average
month,
about
it was 150 last month. It varies. It's usually, we've done over 20,000 at this point, but yeah.
about 1,000 a year.
Yeah.
1,000 websites a year. How do you do this? Do you have, are you just in America? Or do you have?
We have offices here. We have offices in Asia too. We actually do a lot of sites, believe it or not, throughout Europe, Monaco, Australia, UK, you name it. So we've got 300 plus people total. So that's what enables us to kind of.
They're really dedicated. They've been with, some of us have been with us for over a decade.
Yeah, like we literally have people. My accounting girl's been with me for 17 years. Some of our guys who are on the team have been with us for like 15 years plus. Like our team, it's amazing. It is like a family. So that's like, and you know, it started. Tiger Luigi and I started this thing out of his 2-bedroom apartment back in August of '99. So
I love that. Out of an apartment in 1999. I was graduating high school. I love that. Oh, well, let's click over to another big website you've done for the bros, the Altman brothers.
Yeah.
I love this website because of the animation and how dynamic it is. It's constantly moving and folding into itself. It's really well done. And I love your analogy of walking into a store, Desiree, but then my website that you guys are doing for us is pretty black. So are people walking into a dark store?
Well, you know, it really, there's a way to convey each personality in a way. We can figure it out. If you like dark, we can figure it out. So that's still
bring the colors out, bring the imagery.
Ours is like you're walking into a nightclub. There's like
exactly.
videos, and we're super excited to show you this.
Since you guys have so much cool imagery and video that it just pops off of it, which is actually
you have a lot of like events, so a lot of nighttime events, so it needs to be seen in the dark. So I think we can make it brighten up, even though it's a dark color scheme.
Well, back to your guys' awards, you sweeped the Real Trends. People don't know, but Real Trends actually has a website awards, which come out in the fall, fingers crossed. But you won Best Website Design, Best Mobile Website Design, and Best Agent Website. Who won those awards? Which websites were those?
The crazier one out of all of that, funny enough, was Best Design. There are 10 slots.
10 of the top
we took 6 of the top 10 in Best Design, including 1, 2, and 3, which is pretty crazy.
I love that.
And you had a lot of winners in there.
Oppenheim was number 1.
One for Best Website. James Altman's were in there too. James Weekly took number 1 for Best Agent Site. I think Rose's site was in there. Who had on the show, who's a close friend of ours. He won in that category too. Best Design went to several. Randy Pratt was in there. There were a lot of. The cool thing was it wasn't the same site winning everything. We had a lot of different sites that kind of took stuff, so it was pretty cool. And yeah, this year we got a lot of kind of crazy stuff in production too. I'll just share them with you as we go. There's some cool sites in production, some pretty.
But all these top agents are having you redo their websites. You're redoing Altman's. This Oppenheim website that we're looking at, which won Best Overall Website, is not the website we just saw.
No, it is the one. It is the same site.
What?
You saw it on mobile. So if you look at the mobile desktop on this, it plays different, but it is the same site.
Yeah.
Okay, because how often should you change your storefront? I know my answer from a PR perspective. What is your answer?
You know, it varies, right? I always joke our sites age well, which is good, but at the same time, about every 2 years, you want to facelift the site. You know, some people do as frequently as every 18 months to 2 years. I like every 2 years or so. Even if you're just doing minor facelifts and kind of changes, but you don't want to keep it too stagnant. You want to keep it sort of refreshed at least.
Yeah, you don't want to change it too much either. So it's just like you're just elevating.
It's like a refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I have clients who do it every year, literally. We've got people who switch it up, you know, constantly, and it's fun to work on them. What I like is that doing all of these sort of, especially a lot of the celebrity sites and those bigger sites we do, it's so cool to take technology and the stuff we do there and actually bring it to sort of across our planet to everybody. Like that's the cool thing. What I think is amazing is you can have a new agent come on board who's never sold a home, never represented a buyer, and we did this with Charlene Chang on hers. It made them look like they've been in the business 10, 15 years using IDX. It makes them look like they're carrying inventory of hundreds of millions of dollars. It levels the playing field for new agents, the agents sort of growing their business on a crazy level. So that's the fun part to me, is sort of taking that tech and moving it all around to every type of agent, every type of market. So it's a lot different in Florida than it is in New York, than it is in Georgia, than it is in California.
It just depends, but everybody wants to have a top agent website, which you do. So the thousands of websites that you're doing a year, they're not template websites. It's not like Squarespace. Everything is custom. Let's jump over and play a game with the audience that we made just for you guys called Secret Agent Image. That's me winking. Then now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a logo close up of a website for a company or a broker or an agent that you designed. And the audience, you need to guess whose logo that is. How well do you know your real estate brands? Here's the first one. That's all we're giving you. What is the logo that we are looking at? Who is it for? And Desiree, why don't you give us a clue, the audience a clue. Now, the audience member who guesses the most right will win Everyday Essence, our favorite organic skincare line, which you can check out at Everyday Essence. Desiree?
Okay.
A clue.
She is on TV.
On TV?
That's my clue.
That's your clue. She's on
What's
TV.
your clue?
I'm going to say that this agent with this logo also has a book out.
Yes.
It's true.
Not out yet. And then this agent is also on the show. Sam Palmer, Tracy Tudor.
Yay.
Correct, Sam Palmer. Okay. It is Tracy Tudor team. She's on the show tomorrow. We're super excited to have her. I've got to stop saying super so much. Everyday Essence gets it with Tracy, but Sam beat you to it. Next one. John, give us some clues about this team.
Let's see. I'm going to go with there's two of them.
There's two.
It's two of them.
Okay, I'm going to say that they love a Ford Bronco truck.
That's a good one.
Comment section, audience, do you need more clues? Desiree, another clue? Oppenheim.
Oh, we got an answer.
Sam Palmer's on fire. Sam will
Get
get a website question after this game, so stay tuned.
I was trying to be super vague, but that was
I was
quick.
going to say they were on Sunset.
All right, here's a curveball.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to say they're not in LA.
Right. I'm going to say West Coast.
Okay.
West Coast. Oh, I'm trying to make it big. I want this game to go long.
John, a
I'm
clue?
terrible at this game. I'm like, he's just like the nicest guy. So it's a guy.
It's a he.
Yep.
How about he has an amazing beard game?
He does have
Yes.
an amazing beard game.
Yes.
He
He
does.
has amazing beard game
In San Francisco.
in San Fran. Comment section. Sam? Wow, okay. He was on TV.
He was on TV.
Uh-huh.
He is a family man.
Yes.
Yes.
And Rami Agerton, no. Sam, no.
Ro.
Habibi.
Yay.
Ruby Davenport. Yes, it's the Ro Habibi group.
Yep.
Close, Sam. He's in San Francisco. And last one. This is a quickie.
That one should be easy.
And you guys actually created this logo for this duo,
Yep.
Yes. Oh, you
Which
used
they-
the clue.
which they
Yeah.
love.
First clue is the duo.
They love this logo. They put it on everything. They're a duo.
They're a duo.
They are.
Larger than life personalities.
Larger than life. They're brothers. Thank you, Brian. It's the
There you
Always
go.
Brothers with
We got
Crusader
it.
Sanchez. Good one, Crusaders. So the winner of our game, thank you for playing Agent Secret Image. The winner is Sam Palmer Official, and we would send him Everyday Essence Skincare, but he's actually in London, and we don't want to pay international shipping. So Sam, as your prize, we're just going to answer your question, which is, he said in the comment section, he needs a new website. He's on a growth spurt with his company, which is actually Staffing Properties.
Oh, cool.
They provide staff for these luxury properties, any property really. What is the average price range for a new website, Sam?
Oh my gosh. Our big thing is site ownership. So, the big thing with us is we want to make sure that the client actually owns the website and can build on it forever. So many platforms out there are kind of rental platforms, and people always think it's more price prohibitive, but we literally have products starting around the probably $700 to $800 line all the way up to, 20, 30, 40,000.
Whatever you need.
Yeah, whatever you need. The bulk of our sites, the average one is typically in the kind of $2,000 to $4,000 range, I would say is about right for average. And
$2,000 to $4,000?
Yeah, $2,000 to $4,000 is probably, yeah. And, obviously the ones you show on here, some of the crazier ones are, upwards of 10 or 20, but those are, there's so much you can do at a very cost-effective standpoint, and brand is everything. That's my biggest complaint with the industry and the templates and stuff. You have to look unique. You can't look like the person who, came in before you in a listing presentation. It's got to be something that speaks to your brand and who you are, and that's what we love doing. So it's fun.
I think the other thing is that a lot of top agents trust you to define, and they're not worried about, like, we're not worried you're going to give our website design to somebody else.
Yeah, even though they're competitive, they trust us to make sure that we differentiate everyone of them uniquely.
I've always been humbled by that, actually, a lot, very much so. We talk about it because, in a lot of industries, people sort of keep their design firm, whatever, their kind of best kept secret, their marketing.
Yes, especially a website. Well, Sam says you will be getting a call from him soon.
Ooh,
he's back in LA. Sam, send me your address. You get Everyday Essence. It's amazing. Petra can use it on her face. It's all organic. You'll love it. So you do win. Okay, off to our next segment, which is going to be about, God, we've covered so much, except for this. You guys, if you want to know more about Agent Image, check out John on the Tom Ferry podcast, a very hard booking to get. They spend an hour, yes, an hour, talking about John's career, his websites, and their motto, which is always be branding, which I love. Put that on a billboard, put that everywhere, always be branding. Because there's
we had a lot of fun on that. That was a fun podcast, actually. We were just geeking out the whole time, Tom and I. It's fun.
I mean, he's amazing.
He's awesome. Amazing at this. Yeah, running the whole podcast. I was blown away. It was a lot of fun to do.
So for our last game, I'm going to look in my notes, and we're going to play a game with you guys called Admit Image, where you guys are going to point to each other as I ask you a series of quick fire questions, because you guys are kind of like work couple. My work wife is Alexis. You guys work so closely together, so we want to know the real yous. Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Just point to the person. Whoever gets, if you get the most right, if you get more than 5 correct, you win. Who is most likely to run late to a meeting?
Yeah, not even close.
Wait, you have to close your eyes. I forgot. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
Who is most likely to promise a crazy deadline? Who is most likely to work all weekend? Who is most likely to worry about small things? Oh, okay.
Probably.
Who is the most stubborn? Who drinks more coffee? Who procrastinates more? Who saves the day?
I'm going to say you on that one a lot of the time.
You guys literally got every single one right except for 2. So you definitely know each other. I love that so much.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, so Agent Image, you're our wizard of websites. If you guys have been thinking about branding, they're the ones to reach out to. I want you guys to come back on the show to tell us more about your listing presentation software, which you're going to be launching in September.
Yeah.
And we're excited to work with you guys on that launch. Full disclosure, Real Talk audience will get a chance to see it first.
Yep.
So, Agent Image, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
for having
Real
me.
man.
Talk.
Awesome. Really
This
fun.
was a lot of fun, Alexander.
All right. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay.
All right, talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
For more information on Agent Image, go ahead and DM them at Agent Image on Instagram. I'm your host, Alexander. I'll leave the Society Group. I've got to get back to work. So once again, thank you for keeping it Real Talk. Bye-bye.